Hey man, I'm Jusko from ProudMoney.com. American Express is refreshing the Delta Sky Miles credit cards, and in this video we are going to take a look at what is changing, at least on the consumer side. The changes are actually happening on both the consumer side and at the business side. Just a couple days ago I did a video talking about the fact that American Express is going to be doing a lot of refreshes of various cards in 2024. 2 days later we're seeing the first wave. So what is happening with the consumer cards? Annual fees are going up in terms of everyday rewards. Those are going to stay the same. Miles you're earning on your everyday purchases. We've got some increased perks. We've got some short-term, at least, increased bonuses. So let's take a look at the Gold, Platinum, and Reserve cards and see what has changed and what we think about it. So I'm not going to do a complete review of each of these cards, only going to talk about what is changing. So let's start with the Delta Sky Miles Gold. Old annual fee was $0 for the first year, $99 every year after that. It is now changing to $0 for the first year, $150 after that. So after the first year, a $51 increase from what it was before. The bonus opportunity as of now, 70,000 miles if you spend $3,000 with the card in the first 6 months. So that's obviously a nice hefty bonus there. That goes through March 27th, according to the announcement from American Express today. What it'll be after that, I'm not sure, but that is the window of opportunity there. In terms of other perks, there is going to be an increase in the Delta credit that you can get. It used to be $100 if you spent $10,000 with the card in a year. Now it is going to be $200 if you spend $10,000 with the card in a year. So if you are someone that spends a good amount on your Delta card, well, that right there could make you feel pretty good about the changes because you're going to be getting even more in terms of a Delta flight credit. There also is a $100 Delta Stays credit that has been added, and this is if you book through Delta a hotel or vacation rental, you will get the first $100 credited back to you. That to me is a little bit like, that's sort of like a coupon, so that one doesn't excite me too much. I think in terms of looking at this card, bonus is nice. Otherwise, it's really about if you spend enough on this card to be able to take advantage of that extra $100 on the Delta flight credit. It's not a huge annual fee increase, so I could see if you were coming in cold, the difference between, $99 and $150, it might not make much of a difference to you. And if you're someone that has the card now, you're probably going to keep it, but it's not that exciting. Delta Sky Miles Platinum annual fee changing from $250 up to $350, so a $100 increase there. No change to the miles that you would earn on an everyday basis on your purchases. The bonus opportunity here through March 27th, 90,000 miles if you spend $4,000 with the card in the first 6 months after you open the account. Now, probably the most interesting new feature of this card, and you'll see it on the Reserve card as well, is the medallion qualifying dollars, perks, or benefits, however you want to look at it. MQD Head Start gives you $2,500 toward your medallion status qualifying, and you need $5,000 to reach the lowest status tier in the medallion program with Delta. So you're halfway there with the MQD Head Start. Then you have the MQD Boost, which is going to give you one qualifying dollar for every $20 that you spend on the card. So hopefully that makes sense. If you actually spent $50,000 on the card, that would give you $2,500 in medallion qualifying dollars as well. Put that with the Head Start, and that would give you the $5,000 you needed to reach the lowest tier of medallion status. So if you spend an awful lot on this card, you could get status with Delta right off the bat. A couple new credits on the Platinum card. You've got an up to $120 per year ride share credit. That's actually up to $10 per month. American Express loves to chop these things up in a sort of use it or lose it way each month, and so that's what you're getting here. Same thing with a Resi credit up to $120 per year. Again, chopped up $10 or up to $10 per month that you can take advantage of when you reserve restaurants through Resi. In addition, we have a $150 credit if you do the Delta Stays thing that I just talked about before, where you book the hotel or vacation rental through Delta. First $150 would come back to you. You are getting Hertz 5-star status here, and then you also are getting the complimentary upgrade on the complimentary upgrade list with Delta, but that would be after your medallion members and after your reserve card holders. So that is something that potentially you could get yourself an upgrade on some of your flights, but you're a little further down the line. Probably depends on how often you travel and where you travel to and from as to whether you'll ever actually use that or not. This is actually something I talked about in the video a couple days ago that maybe American Express would do to try and sweeten the pot on some of these cards. So on the Platinum at least, we are seeing the addition of the potential to be upgraded on your flights. So it's a big jump in annual fee with the Platinum card. I'm a little wishy-washy on the changes overall in terms of what has been added. I really think the key here is those medallion qualifying dollars. Are those attractive to you? Do you think that with that head start of $2,500 plus the ability to get $1 for every $20 spent on the card, is that going to get you to status? Does status matter to you with Delta? It depends on you, but that's probably the thing that would make me decide as to, number one, whether I would keep the card if I had it already, or number two, if I would get the card if I was considering it. And then the Delta Sky Miles Reserve card annual fee is being increased from $550 up to $650. No changes in terms of your everyday earnings on card purchases. Now, this card has a bonus opportunity of 100,000 miles if you spend $6,000 with the card in the first 6 months of having it. In terms of those medallion qualifying dollars, you're going to get that same head start as on the Platinum, that $2,500, which again gets you halfway toward status. In terms of the MQD boost, you would get $1 toward that medallion status for every $10 spent on the card. So I said with the Platinum, if you spend $50,000 on the card, that and the head start together would get you to that lowest tier in medallion status. With the Reserve card, it actually would then be $25,000 of purchases on the card, along with that head start $2,500. Gets you to the magic $5,000, so you could potentially get status even without any flights, although you probably take some or you wouldn't be getting a Delta card like this to begin with. In terms of other perks added on to the Delta Reserve, you're going to have an up to $240 per year Resi credit, which actually is an up to $20 per month. Again, if you make your reservations through Resi, you can get some credits there. You've got the same $120 per year, up to $120 per year rideshare credit, which is up to $10 per month. In terms of the companion certificate that comes with the Delta Reserve, that has been sweetened a little bit in that you can now use it toward the Caribbean or Central America destinations in addition to domestic, and that is on first class, Comfort Plus, or main cabin tickets. And then finally, the Delta Stays credit that we've talked about on the other cards, that one is actually up to $200 on the Delta Reserve. In terms of the Delta Reserve, I'm not sure how attractive those new features are. Again, those medallion qualifying dollars could be something that is attractive. I still think this card is about the Delta Sky Club, and if you want access to it through your credit card, you're probably going to pay the $650 just like you are willing to pay the $550. And there are some credits and other stuff going on here that you could justify to yourself that $100 is not going to kill you if you are willing to pay $550 before. In terms of the other two cards, I think the gold card people will still get it if they're coming in cold. $150, still sort of a doable annual fee for what you get with the card, even if it hasn't really been vastly improved, in my opinion. That Platinum card is where I think it's going to get interesting. $350 annual fee. If you're someone that has the card already, I would guess you're probably going to keep it and at least see for a year how you feel about it. If you're coming in cold on a card with a $350 annual fee and you kind of look at what is there, maybe those medallion qualifying dollars again are going to sort of tip the scale to you wanting to get your hands on this card. But I think for some people, that's probably a little bit of a deal killer at that annual fee. So it'll be interesting to see how it does. Anyway, that is my thoughts on the changes to the Delta Sky Miles cards, at least on the consumer side. Would love to hear your thoughts in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching. And as always, please go to proudmoney.com, where we do credit card reviews. We talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you're not leaving a comment or going to the website, the next video to watch, right there.